حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has glorified Himself and has blessed this ummah through the month that we have found ourselves in. He says in His noble book, وَأَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ بِسْمِ اللَّهِ الرَّحْمَنِ الرَّحِيمِ يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الصِّيَامُ كَمَا كُتِبَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has obligated, has obliged us to fast, as He has given this responsibility and this obligation on the previous nations before us. Now, the commoner in the modern world might say fasting is hardship, and the complicated philosophical Muslim thinker might say, well, Islam says, يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ بِكُمُ الْيُسْرَ وَلَا يُرِيدُ بِكُمُ الْعُسْرَ. Allah wishes for you ease and doesn't wish for you hardship. The reality is that everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has obliged us to do, in this is our way to Him. And so it's ease. He will not make anything difficult on you. And those of us who, alhamdulillah, have fasted, once you have fasted, you have reaped the benefits and seen the reward. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that the reason why we're fasting is to gain taqwa. To gain taqwa. If you ask many Muslims, why do we fast? Well, it's so that we can understand what it's like to be poor. No. Poor people are also obliged to fast. So what are they doing? Of course, this is not the meaning. This is Christian understanding. Because in the Christian theology, they don't require their poor to fast. Fasting is something that only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. Because it's Ramadan, we can all assume, and alhamdulillah, as Muslims would assume, everyone's fasting. If it's not Ramadan, and someone says, I'm fasting the optional prayer or the optional time, we assume they're fasting. But who really knows if they're fasting? They could have snuck some snack or some water or went in the bathroom, as some of our young kids, when we try to teach them, they do. Yeah. Who is the one knowing we're fasting? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when understanding taqwa, we have to try to put our mind around it, try to grasp what is taqwa. We've now established that taqwa is not just simply knowing what it's like to be poor. We're all poor to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We're all knowing what that's like every day of the year of our life. Without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we don't exist, number one. Number two, we don't have a mind to use intelligence. Number three, we don't have parents to raise us, to take care of us and show mercy and compassion to us, put food in our stomachs, clothes on our back, roof over our head. We don't have the rain coming down, inshallah, in some parts, and we ask Allah to bless this part of the world with that. We don't have the oxygen coming from the grass. If it wasn't for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we would have nothing. So we're poor in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We need Him. So taqwa as a linguistic meaning. It comes from wa-qa-ya. These are three letters meaning to protect something, or actually to put a barrier between something and something else that could cause harm to it. And so we're talking about being created. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us our existence. How many of us think about that on a regular basis? How many of us have allowed the influence of kibr to make us think we're self-sufficient? And we have done, and I have studied, and I worked for. La, you've done nothing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has done everything for you. All you are is a servant, a slave servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a little speck of dust on a planet called Earth, in the giant universe that Allah created. We are nothing without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. With Him, we grow above animal. Without Him, we are eating, sleeping, going about trying to find our livelihood, and using the restroom. Animals do this. But who fasts? Have we ever seen an animal fast? No, because they understand that they have to get this. A human being fasts because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told that human being to fast. So this taqwa is to put a barrier between yourself and the possible displeasure or anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And some philosophical people want to say, but why would Allah get angry? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of course, all of His characteristics are of perfection. He does not get angry because something didn't go His way, as we all get angry for. Because everything goes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's way. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gets bothered and upset and angry when He creates a being and then offers that being an innumerable amount of blessings and mercy and compassion and guidance, and all of that has been given to this being, and then that being is rebellious, and that being shows ingratitude, and that being is not loyal. That being has now earned itself anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this taqwa is to stop yourself in the tracks of arrogance and ignorance and rebellion to that which gave you your existence, O ibadullah. So this is the first part. This taqwa is the means by which we will understand and grasp the Quran. How many people have the Quran? They have put the lawha, the Quranic ayah in their house, or in Ramadan they open it up and read a few verses, and yet they do not practice any of this in their life. It is because of a lack of taqwa. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened His book in the answer. We all pray every day. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. We cry out to Allah at least 17 times a day, according to every rak'ah. That we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us as one jama'ah, as all one ummah. And where is that guidance? And so Allah opens the next surah. Many of the mustashriqeen, they say, the Quran does not have order, it's a strange book. Ya salam, ya salam. We have, mashallah, as-Suyuti, even recently Sa'id Hawa. We have many scholars who have shown in a very amazing literary explanation how each surah grasps the meaning of the next and follows along in that meaning. And so we say, Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, and we are taught to explain that in Surah Al-Fatiha. And Surah Al-Baqarah begins, and it says, Alif Lam Mim, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. Here is your guidance, O ibadullah. Your guidance is in this book, which has no doubt about it. It is guidance for whom? For a Muslimi? No. For a mu'mini? No. For al-muttaqin. Those who have taqwa. So you may call yourself Muslim, and your name may be Muhammad or Abdullah, and you could, mashallah, be from a Muslim family. You could even grow a long beard and so forth. But if you do not have taqwa, you will not receive the guidance of the Quran, because Allah has made this specific characteristic as the means by which you will understand and grasp and live the meaning of the Quran. And so in explaining who is al-muttaqin in a Islamic sense, other than the word we looked at linguistically, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ, the people who believe in the unseen. Of course, first and foremost, this meaning, according to our scholars of tafsir, is that to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't see Allah. You see all of the effects of His wonderful creation and His complex design of the universe and of yourself and so forth. وَفِي أَنفُسِكُمْ أَفَلَا تُبْصِرُونَ. This is something we see. But we don't see Allah, so we believe in the unseen. The angels, we believe the angels are there. Why? Because we believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that the Quran is His words. There are many proofs. Muhammad ﷺ did many miracles in front of the people. The Quran itself challenged the most greatest of Arab poets and literary geniuses who lived their life for poetry. And nobody could match it. It proves itself to be what it says. But in the end we believe because we did not see Allah Himself give it to us. So it is belief. And in this book, we believe in the angels, that they are following us wherever we go and recording our deeds in a just account that when we go to Allah, we'll have no excuses. He will say, this is your book, instant replay. As we have with the, you will see, oh, no argument here. I did that, I did this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been completely fair. No one will earn Allah's anger or be punished by Allah except for what they have done. جَزَاءً بِمَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. As a reward by what they did. Allah has never, لَا يَظْلِمُ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ. Allah does not oppress one single atom in this universe. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said that the people who believe in the unseen. The second belief of unseen, which some of our scholars said, and I like this meaning, is that when they themselves are not seen by others, they prove their belief by not doing things that they wouldn't do in front of other people. Meaning their faith is not just for people. Some people only do good when they're around a certain crowd. But when they're by themselves, or when they're in front of the computer, or when they do this, or when they're with this person, or that person, or this person who's not a Muslim, they act in a different way. You will see that the people who believe in the unseen, these are the first characteristic of the people of faith who have taqwa. الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةِ وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةِ. They establish the prayer, not وَيُصَلُّونَ. Allah could have said وَيُصَلُّونَ. Arabic is fine. And the people who pray. This is what most of us understand. That is not correct. وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةِ. It means internally and externally. Internally meaning the khushu'. Taking each prayer as Allah, the Prophet ﷺ says, صَلُّوا صَلَاةً مُوَدِّعٍ. Pray this prayer as though it's your last prayer. You don't know, you could go die. So you want to make sure that your last prayer is perfect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to the best of your humanly ability. And so, establishing the prayer means, first of all, knowing the fiqh of the prayer. What is tahara, the exact, making, mashallah, very strong, detailed tahara of wudu and ghusl, and cleaning your clothes and so forth. Making sure that you are perfectly ready. Then facing the qibla and following the fiqh of the prayer according to one of the four schools of thought. This is the way you should pray. And then not just iqamat salat is just meaning fard. It is also meaning sunnah and extra prayers. The true muttaqi is doing extra because they know this is the way to earn the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to prove their love and gratitude and loyalty to Allah is by doing more than what they're asked for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, الَّذِينَ يُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةِ وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. And from that which they were given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they give it to others. And this infaq here, it is not just zakat. It is also taking care of your family, your children, giving sadaqah. The people who give out of their wealth in humility, knowing that Allah gave them that wealth. And by the right of the human race upon that human being, they must give it to others. This is the way of the true muttaqi. وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِنْ قَبْلِكَ. And the people who believe in that which is revealed to you and that which was revealed before you. Talking to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking. So, those people, this is now because of the Yahud and the time of the revelation of the Quran. They said, look, we only accept prophets from our own bloodline, the racist religion. And we don't accept you. But we believe in a prophet, and you're saying that what we believe in is prophets and revelation and everything. So we're fine. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, no, you're not fine. You have to believe in all messengers. This is the requirement. When a new messenger comes, everybody that believed in a previous messenger has to now believe in this one. Why? Because that messenger previously taught the same thing, is from the same God, and who is teaching that there will be future message from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is a good one. And these people who have taqwa, they live their life knowing that this life is short and it will end. You don't know when it will end. Many of us are very neglectful in our daily life. We're not paying close attention to our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to the fact that we will die. You will die, Abdullah.